Yeah, good afternoon to the members of the media. Not the best of starts. Similar to Bidvest, again in the critical phases we go 1-0 down and we have to chase the game. And we spoke about it, we spoke about it when we did our corrections and we did our match analysis that we're not starting the games well, and the approach for the game was for us to start as if we were 1-0 down, because it seems like when we're chasing a result, we up the tempo a little bit more, and we influence the game a little bit more. But before we settled down, it was 2-0 on a counter-attack. Very good movement from Comment to go beyond and behind, but we knew that also that he would do that, and we were struggling a little bit to pick him up. But we settled and we showed a lot of character, we're showing a lot of character. The last 2 weeks has been encouraging, where we don't give up and we keep fighting. So we've got to commend the team for that sort of spirit. But I was just saying to the technical team now that we can't use the term comeback kids. It was used in 1992 by Bill Clinton. So when Bill Clinton won his elections, he used that and he said he's the comeback kid. So unfortunately for us, we can't use that anymore. It's taken. But we're swimming against the tide at the moment, and we're showing a lot of character during this difficult period.
We'll now open from the question from the floor. It's been on by a show of hands. The gentleman over there.
Afternoon, Coach. Deciso from Football Conversations. Coach, you just mentioned your team's character. Obviously, not the result that you guys wanted, but taking into consideration that you guys were 2-0 down so early in the game and you came back, what does that tell you about your team's commitment to your plan? Because in times like this, the fans and everyone around football will say things like, these guys don't want to play for this guy and that sort of thing. But coming back from that, what does that tell you about their commitment to your plan and you as a manager? Sorry, a coach.
Look, I have absolute confidence and belief in the squad and the team. We are proud of them, we're proud of the resilience that they show, the commitment and determination that they show. And we've got to do more from our side technically to support them, because if you look at also some of the goals that we concede, we've also got to look at our organizational forms, and maybe when we were playing too many draws, 0-0, 1-1, and we put a lot more focus on the offensive scheme and our offensive patterns, and maybe we have to go and we unbalance the scale a little bit, and we have to go back to try to find a little bit more balance in our game forms. But yeah, I think we know where our Achilles heels are, and we have to just try and find a little bit more balance in our game. And we want to play with the ball, but we are too far apart from each other at the moment. And if you want to be ball orientated, you've got to be a little bit more compact so that you can counter press better. That's not happening, so we're struggling a little bit. It was better in the second half, to be honest. The lines were a little bit closer to each other in both phases. And it's just to go back, and we as the technical team have got to support the players. I mean, it's clear to see that they're giving their all, and they I said last week that it's not just the sweat, but it's also a piece of skin accompanied by a couple of drops of blood that are left on the pitch. And you can't ask for more, but the more that you can ask for is from yourselves as coaches, and we've got to also take responsibility and own up a little bit and help these soldiers, because they're giving their best.
Coach McCarthy from this Black Star. You used swimming against the tide. I know you are using difficult actively. but if you're in that situation, it means you really have your back against the wall. I can imagine that if things continue this way, the fans' patience will ultimately run out. How do you fix it, and under what amount of pressure are you to try and get things correct? And to Alfred, are you sort of disappointed that national team coaches continues to overlook you? Because in my opinion, I think you are one of the best defenders in the league.
Go first.
For me, it's just hard work. First of all, I want to work for my team and make sure that I do well and work for the coaches and make sure that every time I get a chance to play, I do well. And anything else that comes after that, it's not in my powers.
Yeah. Pressure, no. More passion than anything. Even with regards to the supporters that I speak to, even after the match, the amount of the emotional attachment from them, and I think they see that we're giving the best that we can, and unfortunately, when it's your turn, it's your turn, and you've just got to see yourself through this period, and that's what we have to do. We've got to be brave. We can't host pity parties. The universe doesn't have a budget for that. So we don't feel sorry for ourselves. We just have to keep going. We have to be strong, and we have to keep going, and that's it.
Who's that from Minnesota, the coach? 7 goals conceded in 3 matches. All by Joris there. Do you change him now, or do you still keep faith in him because the fans are saw them paying for his players today?
Yeah, but football is not about an individual. If you concede goals, it goes, like I said to you. It's about your organizational forms, and he's doing his best. He's adapting to the game in South Africa. We've got to do better also as a technical team to prepare him and to make sure that he adapts a little bit quicker to South African football. But he's trying his best, and you'll never hear me throw a player under the bus. They know we do our corrections. We are honest with each other when we do our corrections. We analyze the game, and that's where you talk. In the 4 rooms, in the 4 walls, they know we don't hold anything back. But in public, about players, you won't get anything from them. What I can say is Thabiso Monyane is a lion, unbelievable. At that age, to play the way he's playing with, and also to play through injury, I don't know. I think the boy is going to be a top player, and not enough. Because we're going through a difficult period, but not enough is spoken about him. And this young boy, last week he comes on, he gives an assist. I get goosebumps when I talk about him, to be honest, because I get excited about the future of this country. He's special, and a lot of credit must go to the Orlando Pirates youth development coaches for identifying him and for developing him, because what a lion, soldier. He fights, he loves the club, he plays through a groin injury in the second half. He runs up and down, he defends, he goes into the final third, he puts crosses in that Mabasa almost scored from. And at that age, not to feel any pressure, but just to express himself the way he's expressing, and he's enjoying his football, it's unbelievable. So a lot of kudos to Orlando Pirates and the Youth Academy for, 1, identifying him, and 2, developing him, because top player. I think the best right back in the country at the moment.
We'll take the final 3 questions. Anyone other than Tamba?
Maybe the tiff with Benni. The tiff with Benni.
Is that a question?
Yeah.
I didn't see your hand raised. Okay, looks like we don't have any takers. Going once, going twice. Okay, Tamba, if you insist.
Can't wait.
Hi, Coach. Now, so joining. Coach, I'm gonna take you back to last season in the English Premier League. Manchester City, 97 points and still not winning the league.
scoring Liverpool, sorry, and not winning the league. Here we see Orlando Pirates scoring 3 goals each game and still not winning. That must be a quiz for you.
Yeah, we've got to find the balance, like I mentioned in my previous answer. But also, it's not easy. It's not easy. Look at Barca. Barca struggling. They lost last week to Granada. Real Madrid are struggling, and there's question marks about Zidane. So who are we? You know, even in that space, there's big teams, high profile, top players in that space, and they're also struggling. So look, we've got to take it, and we know what we've got to work on. It's very clear, and we will do that. We will work on it. We will improve. Last season was a similar story, if you remember how we started. But we stabilized things, and we worked, and we improved the team. So I think they've learned from those experiences, and they know what to do. So as a team, we know we have to stabilize the team and try to improve the results. It's important, because I can talk as much as I want, but at the end of the day, coaches are judged by results, and we've got to improve the results, and that's the most important thing.
We'll take the final question from McCarthy. I've been asking you the other questions. You didn't raise yours. Where's the final question now?
Yeah, Coach, you had an exchange with Benni during the match. What was that all about? And did you guys shake hands after the match?
Handbags. Handbags. Stays off the pitch. I don't take football personal. There's more important things in football, in life, than football. And as long as we're still breathing and we've got an opportunity to win the next match, that's what we focus on. The rest of the stuff is handbags. I'm surprised you're not asking me about other things that happened inside the pitch.
Okay, Tim, follow-up question.
I'll take the last question.
If you ask a handbags question,
No, it's not that. Handbags. You know, my initial question was about the incident, the refereeing incident, Coach, where a yellow card was taken out of the pocket by the referee, and then he put it back, realizing that the player had already received a yellow, which was a matching order, but that did not transpire. He put it back in the pocket and ran off. Refereeing incidents, I know you don't like to talk about them, but that one was quite big.
2 big calls, but you must write about them. The media must write about. We have to improve the standard of officiating, but we can't talk about those things. We can't. You guys must write about it. You write about us coaches. You write about players. The media must write about referees. Someone must be brave and write an article about referees. No penalty for Pirates this entire season. And I can give you incidents, and I can go from game to game, but we don't talk about those. That's why I say, please, can someone be brave and write about it? That's it.